Hi again. Right, so last week I put out a video about the Portuguese blackouts, how frugal living helped me through the blackout in Portugal when it happened a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to do another video today showing what I've actually put into preparing for if it happens again. This isn't just about blackouts though, it could be about other things that might happen. I've done a little bit of research on this, and according to ChatGPT, in the UK alone, there's a 5% chance of civil war. Now, if civil war or proper real war broke out, then there's a chance that energy plants are going to go down. You never know what's going to happen really, so it's always better to be prepared. I was already a little bit prepared before the blackout in Portugal, but experiencing that blackout in Portugal, not knowing how long it was going to last, kind of encouraged me to make more preparations in place for if it happens again and for if it goes on for longer. So I'm going to go through with you what I've got prepared here, the kind of stuff that I have in storage, stockpiled for if that was to happen for weeks or even months, who knows, right? So come over here and I'll show you what there is. All right, so of course number one is going to be water. So this is a 25-litre jerry can. If you fill this with tap water and it's properly sealed in a cool, dry, stored place, it should last for up to 6 months. If for any reason after 6 months it needed to be longer, we have these. These are water purification tablets. Each one of them will purify 1 litre of water. They're really cheap to buy, by the way. You can get them online, not expensive. None of this stuff is particularly expensive, to be honest. A jerry can will cost you about £10. That's about $12. What else have we got? This is probably the most important thing after water. This is a Kelly kettle. The way this works is you make a fire inside, you fill this with water, it boils the water, it's just like a kettle. And the beauty of having a Kelly kettle and hot water bottles means that you're going to be warm. You need to be warm. If it's winter time and it's cold, you need a way to keep warm. Water and warmth, heat, is the most important thing to survive, right? So they are probably the most important things. Then we've got things like a wind-up radio here. That's very important too, because as I experienced in Portugal, nobody had a clue what was going on because there was no information getting anywhere. So having a radio would give you access to news reports, and you know, you'd find out what's happening, what's going on, hopefully. There's also a wind-up torch. What I haven't showed you here is batteries. Obviously you're going to need a lot of batteries. There's like certain things that are obvious, like batteries, toilet paper, foods. These kinds of foods I eat regularly anyway, so it's always easy to stockpile because I'm eating it as they're getting stockpiled at the same time. So I'm always gonna, it's not ever going to waste. So things like oats, nuts, seeds, peanut butter, tinned, anything tinned. This stuff is all going to last about 8 months to a year, so maybe it's even longer, some of it. So that's all useful. Candles for in the dark, if it's dark. A lot of this is just obvious, right? You need the stuff. If there's no lights, then you're going to need some light. Swiss Army knife, you never know whether that could become useful. And probably the other most important thing is a solar powered power bank. I've got 3 of these. They're not going to power like a TV or something, but they will charge your phone, which is like, that's probably one of the most important things to still have, right? So that's about it. I mean, there might be other things that I've not mentioned here, but this is what I have prepared. I'd be curious to know what other people have got in stockpile, if they're even thinking about this stuff. I think it's important to have this, to think about this, what might happen in the future. You never know. And if you're not aware of net zero, basically there's a lot of countries that hope to be completely reliant on renewable energy by 2050. Now if that happens, that means that a lot of countries are going to experience the same kind of thing what happened in Portugal and Spain, because renewable energy isn't reliable when it comes to a constant flow. You need to have nuclear energy, to be honest, if you want to. But you know, if this happens, if it gets to that stage where there is a blackout, and that aren't the right engineers to fix it, you really don't know how long a blackout is going to last, and having this stuff prepared just gives you that peace of mind. So let me know what you think. Is there anything I've missed? I'd be curious to hear about that too. And I think that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next weekend. Ciao.